Hello and welcome back to the Curious Kid podcast. The temperatures are rising and there is more and more daylight each and every day. Before you know it, it's going to be summer. This is the time of year that many look forward to, but something is happening very, very soon in a huge part of the United States, as well as in some other countries around the world, that has me a little less than excited for the weeks and months to come.
Mailbag!
Mailbag! Hi, we are Woody, age 10, and my little sister Rush, age 7. We really love your show. We live in Durango, Colorado, at a really big summer camp in the mountains. Most kids wait all year to come here, but we get to live here every day. We love the outdoors, nature, and wildlife. We would love an episode on cicadas. Why do they sleep so long and all hatch at the same time? And also, we want to hear an episode on pine cones. We live in a big ponderosa forest, and we love pine trees. Where are the seeds? How do animals get them out? And why are they so pokey? Thank you from Woody and Rush.
Whoa! It sounds like you kids live in an incredibly beautiful place where you get to enjoy the nature and wildlife you love so much. Woody and Rush, we can't wait to get curious about cicadas for you this week.
It's a good time to learn about cicadas because science predicts that cicadas are going to be all around this area and a huge chunk of the United States in the next few weeks. That's because of what's called Brood 14, which brings out billions and billions of cicadas every 17 years. Let's learn all about cicadas this week, starting with the question of the week.
The question of the week is, how many eggs can a female cicada lay in the few weeks it spends above ground?
Cicadas only spend a few weeks above ground because they live most of their lives underground. When they pop out of the ground, they have the loudest, craziest party ever. They are some of the loudest insects on the planet.
Get ready to learn why they spend years underground like tiny bug hermits, how they make that insanely loud buzzing noise, and what happens when millions of them come out at once.
So grab your bug nets, put on your noise-canceling headphones, and let's dive into the noisy, nutty world of cicadas.
A cicada is a type of insect with big eyes, delicate wings, and a very interesting life cycle.
That's right, but here's the really weird part. Most cicadas spend years and years living underground before they ever see the sun.
So does that make them like tiny bug vampires?
Not exactly, but they do hide underground for a long time. Some for 13 years, some for 17 years.
I have trouble waiting for anything for more than a few minutes, and somehow cicadas spend years and years underground waiting to emerge and make everyone know that they've arrived.
While cicadas are underground, cicada babies, called nymphs, spend all their time sucking on tree roots and growing super slowly.
That does not sound like a fun life, but when their time is up, they all crawl out of the ground at once, shed their old skins, and become full-grown cicadas. It's like the world's biggest bug graduation.
Now, let's talk about something cicadas are really famous for. Their super loud noises.
Oh yeah. If you've ever been outside in the summer and heard a sound like a broken car alarm, you've probably heard a cicada. But how do they make that sound? Do they have tiny bug microphones?
They definitely don't. Cicadas make their sound using special structures in their bodies called timbals.
It kind of sounds like a new instrument. Maybe they should all get together and form a rock band. The Beatles were a big deal. Why not the cicadas?
I've heard cicadas before, and I can safely say that nobody should enjoy the awful sound they make as much as they would enjoy a song by the Beatles. Anyway, timbals are tiny ridges on a cicada's abdomen. When a cicada flexes its muscles, those ridges snap really fast, making a loud buzzing sound.
So, it really is kind of like a built-in musical instrument. And some cicadas can get as loud as 100 decibels, which is as loud as a chainsaw.
Now that we know that cicadas come out and make this annoying sound, and they do it together at the same time, let's find out why they make that sound to begin with.
You might think it's because they're so excited to finally be out of the ground, but that's not it. The actual reason for all the noise that they make is love. That's right, love. Male cicadas sing their loud songs to attract female cicadas.
So they must think that the louder they are, the better chance they have at finding a cicada girlfriend.
Pretty much. And female cicadas will listen to the songs and pick their favorite sounding male.
And once they find their match, the cicadas lay eggs and the whole cycle starts over again.
Now here's where things get really wild. Some cicadas come out every year, but others, called periodical cicadas, come out in huge swarms all at once.
Imagine billions of cicadas all coming out of the ground at the same time. It's more cicadas than we have people in the world.
And when it's happening, it's called a cicada emergence. And it's like a giant buzzing invasion.
It sounds frightening, but don't worry. Cicadas don't bite, sting, or hurt people. All they do is scream and fly around everywhere.
So they are harmless, even though they are going to drive people crazy with all that noise.
We shouldn't be afraid of cicadas, but they should be afraid of us and other animals. That's because animals like birds, fish, and reptiles eat cicadas. Even humans eat cicadas. Cicadas are full of protein, and some cultures cook and eat them. Fried, roasted, dipped in chocolate, or even in tacos.
Cicada tacos? I'll pass and stick with my favorite foods like mac and cheese.
I don't blame you. You're a pretty picky eater, but I would probably also draw the line at cicada tacos.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Speaking of picky eaters, your brother is here to share 5 unbelievable facts you need to know about cicadas. Take it away, Noah.
Fact number 1. Cicadas have been on Earth for more than 200 million years, meaning that they have lived alongside T-Rex. Fact number 2. Cicadas love warm weather, so they live almost everywhere in the world except the freezing cold of Antarctica. Fact number 3. Some cicadas spray a tiny stream of pee while they're flying, which is why some people call them nature's squirt guns. Gross! Fact number 4. When they call out of the ground, cicadas molt, leaving behind creepy little bug shells stuck to trees. Fact number 5. This is a really wild fact, so buckle up. Cicadas come out of the ground when the ground 8 inches below the surface is exactly 64 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a very precise number, not 63 degrees, not 65 degrees. Billions of cicadas will know that it's time to come out when the ground warms up to exactly 64 degrees. When this happens, they typically emerge right after the sunset, climb up trees, and millions of them will come out before most humans even notice they arrived. That is bonkers.
Holy smokes, Noah! Thanks for sharing those unbelievable facts with us. One more unbelievable fact to go, and it's the answer to the question of the week. Olivia, in the few weeks that cicadas are above ground, female cicadas will lay eggs. How many eggs are female cicadas capable of laying while they are above ground?
Each female cicada can lay up to 600 eggs. Think about that for a second. Billions of cicadas come out, and the females can lay hundreds of eggs. That's insane! The female cicada will create pockets in tree twigs, and she will lay about 25 eggs in each pocket. A single twig can contain as many as 20 pockets. Cicadas love laying eggs in trees, and their favorites are hickory trees, oak trees, and a bunch of fruit-producing trees. Cicadas will arrive, and then they will disappear after a few weeks, but they are super noisy and busy while they're here. That's for sure.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's podcast, number 302, on cicadas.
Great job, Olivia, and great job, Woody and Rush, for giving us an episode topic suggestion that made us all bug out. If you love Curious Kid Podcast and you're looking for more content from the podcast, you should totally consider supporting the podcast on Patreon. For less than $1 a month, you can get access to so many additional Curious Kid Podcast perks. Join us next week when we will get curious about sugar for listeners in California and California. As always, thank you so much for listening and getting curious with us.